Hello and welcome into the Knicks-Verse. My name is George, and if this is your first time here, or you've been here before but have not subscribed yet, please do so, along with hitting that thumbs up button if you enjoy this video, and drop your comments. Definitely enjoy the comments. I love the comments. All right, well, the New York Knicks just played their 73rd game of the season, and it was a bitter pill to swallow, considering Julius Randle went off. He went crazy today. He scored 57 points, a career high, the third most a Knick has ever scored, ties the third most a Knick has ever scored, and the Knicks still lost. They gave up 140 points to the Minnesota Timberwolves without Anthony Edwards or Karl Anthony Towns. That's right. We made the Golden State, we made them look like they were the Golden State Warriors. That's what we made Minnesota look like tonight. I don't know what happened with the perimeter defense. I mean, yes, they were hot. They were hitting everything, but they had wide open looks. Wide open. Where there wasn't even a player within 6, 7, 8 feet of them often. This is a very... It's an annoying loss. I just wanted it to be a win. I mean, we had the lead with we had a 5-point lead with a few minutes left in the fourth quarter, and we could not pull this out. But let's get to it. All right. You can see it right there, 140, 134. And Julius, man, he did everything he could possibly to win this game, but at the end, towards the end, he kind of lost it a bit. Got called for a tech. Not that I don't think it actually made a difference in the loss as well, but just it just leaves the whole thing with a sour taste in our mouths on top of losing this game. Once we fought back, once down 17 in this game, fought back to take the lead, go up 5, and then give up the lead again. It's just ridiculous. And Thibs' rotations, ridiculous. I mean, where was RJ in that fourth quarter? Where was he? You're going to tell me because he was committing turnovers? Is that what you're going to tell me? Come on. Come on. We needed his length out on the perimeter. I am annoyed. Incredibly annoyed. Tommy Beer tweeted this out as I was going live. He tweeted this out, not live, as I was recording. Jalen Brunson, 23 points and 10 assists, speaking with reporters post-game. Quote, "I was terrible. I got to be better. It starts with me. I got to be better on defense." It's beautiful that you called that out and you put it on yourself, and you definitely do have to be better on defense, no doubt. But there was a moment there late in the game. You played some great defense. You got shoved. And for some reason, the refs, after calling dozens and dozens of fouls on the Knicks in that second half, they felt like, oh, that shove there, that's okay. That's an okay shove for an offensive player to do. Come on. This annoys me so much. When a team plays hard and they do everything they can to get back in this game and to win this game at home, to have the refs take it away from them. When was that play? That was a pivotal moment. I'm trying to look it up here. I should have had it ready for you guys. Apologize. When was it? Here it is. 2:19 left. 2:19 left in the game. The Knicks we were down 129. No, we were up 131, 129. And at that moment, no, that wasn't the play. That wasn't the play. It should have been called an offensive foul, is what I'm saying. Should have been called an offensive foul, and it was not. It turned into a step back field goal for the Timberwolves. Not sure who it was, but I'll find it later and tweet about it. It annoyed me tremendously, that non-call. These refs, just to give you a little idea on the refereeing here. All right, look how many fouls were called in total. Okay? The Timberwolves went to the free throw line 32 times. The Knicks went 28 times. Now you would think, all right, that's somewhat within range. Only 4 different trips, 4 additional trips for the Timberwolves. All right. You ready? This was the first half. The first half when the Timberwolves were going crazy. In the first half, when the Timberwolves could not miss a bucket, they shot in the first half. The Timberwolves went 32 for 45. They shot 71.1% overall. From the three-point line, they shot even better than inside the arc. They hit 10 of 13. They shot almost 77% from the three-point line. And the Knicks still were able to take this lead late in that fourth quarter. But they only went to the free throw line 9 times in that first half. Not first quarter. If I was saying first quarter, I'm sorry. I meant first half. Those were all first half stats. First half stats. In the second half, they went to the free throw line 23 times. The Knicks went 8. 8 times. The Timberwolves went 23 times. The refereeing was a problem once again. I don't understand. First of all, I got to say, I've been watching NBA games my entire life. I don't even recognize half of these faces of these referees. Who are these people? Where are they coming from? Are they just like, going down to the local bodega and like, hey, we need somebody to ref? Feels like that. I mean, it's so inconsistent. Just be consistent. If extending an elbow at any time in the game is an offensive foul, then it's an offensive foul late in the fourth quarter. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Look at these stats. The Knicks shot 56%. 50% from the three-point line. 85.7% from the free throw line. They scored 100. Oh, my God. 134 points and still lost this game. Now, Timberwolves just shot like crazy. I mean, I knew they were going to cool off. I mean, they started off blazing hot. They cooled off in the second half to some degree. But they still finished with insane numbers. 61.4% for them overall. From the three-point line, they shot 58.3%. Now, it was only on 24 attempts, and the Knicks only attempted 28 attempts. Very, very frustrating game. Points in the paint, we lost, which we usually win. 68-54, we lost that. Assists, 34 assists for the Minnesota Timberwolves. We finished with 26. But one of the main reasons that the Knicks were just, why we lost this game overall in its totality from both halves was the turnovers. They committed many. They were able to take care of the ball better in the second half, but in that first half, they had already committed like 10 turnovers by that first half. I think we kept it to 7 in the second half, but even still, that's a lot of turnovers for the New York Knicks team. We average about 12 to 13 a game. So we were 5 turnovers over that. Steals 9-7, blocks 4-3. So we lost the stocks stats. We lost the assists. The rebounding ended up being even 34 all, but there weren't that many rebounds to get tonight because both teams didn't miss. Both teams did not miss. Fast break was pretty even. So it came down to points in the paint and points at the free throw line. That's what it came down to. The Knicks should have won this game. They did everything right towards the end to win this game, and then turnovers. Turnovers came and really hurt this team in that fourth quarter. Oh, man. Very, very frustrating. Very, very frustrating. I put a photo of Randle smiling because he should, be proud of his effort today, even though it did result in a loss. But thanks to Ian Begley for tweeting this out. Julius Randle had 57, tying third highest scoring game in New York Knicks history. But Knicks fell to a Minnesota team missing Anthony Edwards and obviously Karl-Anthony Towns in a 140-134 loss. Taurean Prince had 35 on 12 of 13 shooting, 8 of 8 from the three-point line. And Jaden McDaniels made some big plays late for Minnesota. I think it was Jaden McDaniels is who pushed off on Brunson to get that clean look and that clean make when he should not. He should have been called for an offensive foul. Knicks Muse tweeted this out just to give you guys a little taste of the offensive juggernaut that Taurean Prince has been coming into this game. In the previous 4 games, he didn't even break double digits in points. 9 points, 3 points, 4 points, 4 points, and then tonight 35 points. Unbelievable, yeah. Kind of unbelievable. Kind of like, well, I guess if you don't guard guys out on the perimeter, that can happen. I mean, that's a team-wide issue. It was Grimes, it was RJ, it was Brunson, it was Quickly. All of those guys struggled. But I have a name for you. Deuce. Where was Deuce? Where was Miles Deuce McBride? When this is happening, that's what you do, Thibs. You turn to your bench, Deuce. That's what you do. Deuce. Get him out there. See if he can fuck this guy up a little bit. But no. This is the shit that I'm worried about when it comes to the playoffs. Making the adjustments in game. We have a team that can beat anybody any night. We have a team that can beat any team in a 7-game series, except I'm saying the Milwaukee Bucks. Fully healthy, Milwaukee Bucks will definitely struggle with. But every other team, no. But it requires understanding what levers to pull. This was a moment I would have loved to have seen Deuce, to have seen Thibs sick Deuce on this guy. It just like disrupt his mindset, disrupt his rhythm, get some picks, embarrass him a little bit. That's what I would have loved to have seen. That's the value of having a Deuce McBride. That's the value of a Marcus Smart. That's the value of a Patrick Beverley. That's the value of a PJ Tucker. Well, they have zero value if they sit on the bench, rotting. Not that he's rotting, but you know what I'm saying. Pissed. This was not the kind of this should have been a win. It should have been a win. This should have been our 43rd win of the season. 50 wins is pretty much just went out the window, pretty much, unless we go 8-9 for the remainder of the games. Or 8-9. And look at Randle. Look at that game. 19 of 29 overall. 8 of 14 from the three-point line. Tremendous. 4 rebounds, 1 assist for 57 points. 57 points. Unbelievable. I remember watching Bernard King when he would light teams up for 50+. It was outstanding. This had a similar kind of vibe. That instappability. They could just not stop him. Did he run out of gas? Of course he did. He had nothing in that fourth quarter. Are you surprised? I'm not surprised. He had nothing. He played 37 minutes here. He played the entire first quarter. Why? Why did he have to play the entire first quarter? Why is that necessary? We have Obi Toppin on the bench here. I get it. So he scored, but I don't care if the guy scores 90,000 points if we lose the game. Here's an example. Tonight, was not a good game for Tom Thibodeau. This was probably one of his worst substitutions, coaching, rotations, play calling that he's made in a very long time. Now, a lot of it may depend upon, it may be because even though you look at the stats, you're like, wow, Brunson played 37 minutes, shot 9 of 18, 1 of 3 from the three-point line, 10 assists for Brunson, 23 points. But you heard Brunson talk about it himself. His defense wasn't there. He's not 100%. You can see it. He's not that lethal dynamo that he normally is. If he was that guy, he would have gotten those buckets when we needed it late in that fourth quarter and would not have let Minnesota regain the lead. So Brunson is, but Thibs wasn't adjusting to what his players were showing him out on the court. And RJ, right there. Look at RJ's stat lines. I want you to look at those. 13 points, 4 of 8 overall, 2 of 3 from the three-point line, 2 rebounds, 3 assists in 27 minutes. Wasn't out on the court towards the end. Grimes, 21 minutes, only attempted 1 field goal. Was a three-pointer. He made it. That was it. Obi, 11 minutes, made his 2 buckets. Isaiah Hartenstein, another good game for him. Mitch Robinson, also. Why wasn't he out there late in the game? I ask these questions because I feel like if he had been out there, he might have made a big difference. He wasn't out there late in the game. Thibs decided to go with Hartenstein. I mean, as far as I can remember, I don't remember Robinson being out there for the final 3 or 4 minutes of this game. Josh Hart, again, a tremendous game for him, 10 points, but he was passing up shots. When you pass up, when you force a defense to collapse and you pass up shots and you don't have a clean option, you create chaos. And we saw that a couple of times, and it turned into turnovers or missed opportunities for the Knicks, even though his stat line ends up looking great. And then Immanuel Quickley, who apparently everyone wants to blame this loss on him. Everyone does. Even though I just clearly, laid out how everyone's responsible for this loss. But Immanuel Quickley definitely struggled defensively out on the perimeter. Did give us 19 points, the 3rd high scorer on the team. Only 2 of 7 from the three-point line. If he had hit, there was one point where it was towards the close of that. I think it was the close of the 3rd quarter or the half. We got like 2 or 3 attempts at the three-point line. I think it was the half. We could not have made it. It was a bummer. That would have made a big difference. 6 of 16 for Immanuel Quickley. Normally, you score 134 points in the NBA. If you're a New York team, that's a W. Not tonight. Not tonight because look at the Minnesota Timberwolves. Look at this. All 5 starters in double digits. And then 2 bench players in double digits. Noel, 7 of 13, 14 points. Reed, 12 points off the bench. But then look at, Taurean Prince. His stat, I already read you his stat line. McDaniels also hurt the Knicks. 26 minutes, 16 points. Slow-mo, Kyle Anderson, former UCLA Bruin. 10 points for him. 9 rebounds. And Rudy Gobert, 16 points, 7 rebounds, 7 of 9 overall. Michael Connolly in that first half was scorching us, just scorching us from the three-point line. He finished 3 of 5 from behind the arc, 6 of 11 overall, 11 dimes for him, 24 points. Shout out to the Timberwolves. They're still struggling, trying to get into that play-in. I think they're in the play-in. Yeah, they must be in the play-in situation. Let me see. I don't really check on the... Yeah, they're in the play-in. They're in the 8th seed right now. Thanks to us. But I want to show you this. The plus-minus. Randle, -6. On a night he scored 57 points. And then at the end, he lost his mind, threw the ball. Technical. Robinson, a 0. plus minus. Brunson was a -8. He was the low for the team, and that is probably the defense he was referring to. There was a play in the right corner. It was a pretty big moment. I can't remember whether it was Prince or Noel, or I can't remember who it was, but someone, I mean, just to beat the shot clock buzzer, and just shot it right over Brunson for a 3-point shot. A ball that almost went out of bounds. The guy that, reached back to catch it, set himself, and Brunson's right there in front of him. It's like, get up in his grill. I guess he was worried about him driving around him. But at this point, I'd rather give up the 2 than 3s. That's the kind of stuff. Situational awareness. Remember how I used to bust Cam Reddish about that? And I bust RJ about that? Well, a lot of guys on this team suffered from that today. Situational awareness. All right. This is going to be it. I'm annoyed. I'm incredibly annoyed by this loss. I do not believe this should have been a loss, but it is. It's annoying to look at. The Knicks go to Miami on Wednesday. They're going to play the Heat. The Heat are desperate. This could be a nice little wake-up call for the Knicks. Say, hey, you still got to play. You still got to defend. Yes, you have an excellent offense, but you still have to defend. Let's hope that this message got through tonight, because not only do they play Miami in Miami, but then they got to come back. No, then they go up. They go to Miami, play Miami on Wednesday. Then on Thursday, they go to Orlando and play the Magic. So, a back-to-back coming up. Those are very key games. For any hopes left of getting that 50 burger for this season and, jumping over the Cleveland Cavaliers, we're losing runway to be able to do that. But it's still possible. It's still possible. Either way, I love this team. It was a great game to watch for long stretches. Unbelievable what I was seeing. But I really thought that once the Knicks they were down, like they were down 15 points early, and they battled back to cut the lead to 79-70 at the half. They gave up 79 points to the Minnesota Timberwolves in one half. Crazy. But I thought, you know what? They can do it. They can win this game. I thought they were going to blow the Timberwolves out in the second half, and they did not. But they did deliver on one aspect. They made a huge run, and they were able to even take the lead, but they just were not able to hold on to it. Let's hope that Brunson rests his foot. I kind of would like to see Brunson maybe not play one of the 2 games in Florida coming up. I'd like to see if let the team go down to Miami. I hope they don't go down to Miami tonight. I hope they chill at home tonight, fly down tomorrow, get their shit together, take care of business in Miami, beat the Heat, and then give Brunson a game. I would give Brunson and Randle both that Magic night off in Orlando. Let them chill. Let them relax. Let them enjoy the reality of the season that they've had. We've got a deep team. We can beat the Orlando Magic without those 2. I hope that's what happens. Okay, thank you so much for watching this. Again, my name is George. Follow me on over here on Twitter and Instagram, and subscribe on YouTube if you haven't yet. We're over 7,000 subscribers. Now we're going for 8, 9, and 10. Let's do it. The postseason is coming. It's going to be exciting here in the Knicks-Verse. Can't wait. Despite being annoyed and frustrated by this loss, I am over the moon by what's happened this season. The Knicks are still, what are we? We're 42 wins, 42-31, firmly, securely in fifth place. We're looking good. We're looking good. I can't wait. All right. Thank you so much for watching this. And I will see you around the Knicks-Verse.